Hello, everyone, and welcome to Dimensions of Love. Don't mind the outfit, I'm going to a yoga class after this session, but as always, welcome to Dimensions of Love. How lovely it is that you are joining here for this weekend message that we are doing here every weekend. If you're new here tuning in, please check out those videos that are happening here every weekend for you to practice your discernment, to use your intuition, and also to see what is happening for you in the weekend. Now, this can apply in your 3D reality, but also in your 5D reality. Remember that we are shifting and we are never in just one side. We are going back and forth until this transition is complete. So, how you read the message, sometimes it can be in your physical reality, but other times it can also be in the 5D reality, which is connected more in higher dimensions. So you take it how it resonates and always see how it works out. If you feel that you want to recap all of this, then come back to this video again at the end of the weekend and see how it resonated for you, just to practice. If you just want a message for the weekend, then that's fine too. You're welcome here. It is an honor to provide you these messages and to kind of help you out to have a little clarity on the weekends when the energy is usually very messy on the weekend. So if you're intuitive, that can be kind of stressful. So we don't want the stress, we want the health. So let's get into this pick a shell reading. As always, we have 3 piles. Pick your pile, or if you feel drawn to multiple piles, then that's okay too. So these are your messages. Let's start. Pile number 1. This is your shell. And we have the Queen of Cups in reverse with the 7 of Wands. Okay, so your shell is saying that you want to spice up your life, pile number 1. You're kind of bored of where you are. There is no enjoyment in what you're doing. And just like the spice nutmeg, it's a very interesting spice because nutmeg, you can have it in a dessert, like a carrot cake, but you can also have it in food. Okay? So perhaps, I don't know, I feel like it's very Indian and they're very good with their spices. And you kind of want that. You want something that is different in your taste palettes. And just using that metaphor, that is what you want in your life. It feels very mundane. Everything is the same. It is the same dynamic, and you're kind of bored and you want to get out of this. So why do we have then Queen of Cups in reverse? With this Queen of Cups here in reverse for you, pile number 1, I feel strongly you feel kind of tied up into family, like patterns of how things have been, how they've played out, and it doesn't suit you anymore. It doesn't resonate with you anymore. So you're not being authentic there. It kind of takes you away from where you're actually heading. And you need to remember, like nutmeg, you can have a sweet taste to you, but you can also have a little sour taste to you. Okay, it depends on of how you want it. And again, as we are going back and forth into different dimensions, remember that you are the creator of your reality. So that you're getting stuck here, and I'm hearing a dog barking, so I feel like you're also being forced into being in this state, which is, it's kind of other energies that want you to be in a certain type of way that you don't want. And why I hear this dog barking right now, because everything is happening in real time. With this 7 of Wands here, you're not being attacked. I feel like you believe that you're being attacked, but it's a very strange message for you here in pile number 1, because I'm feeling like many things that you want to do, you're kind of, your imagination is limiting you into doing this, okay? You can't pursue this because you're stuck in these patterns within your family and the behavior of what others expect of you, and yet you just want to break away. And Spirit is saying here that you have, for this weekend, things will happen really outside of you can't really, this energy is hard to put into words. You can't control your outside environment this weekend. But what you can control is knowing that, like Nutmeg, you are very, maybe you should smell that that spice, or connect with that spice energetically, because it is very connected so with you. That's what I'm feeling intuitively here for you, pal number one. And this will give you more clarity when we connect energetically with different elements, okay? So you need to get out to be enforced. Like, I feel a safe space for you to understand which parts are imaginary, because this is the energy that I'm feeling. I'm kind of trying to go different directions, so my energy becomes scattered. I feel like your energy is, let me interpret this energy. It feels very scattered and very not knowing what you're supposed to do. You don't know what you're supposed to do. And because you're scattered, you're kind of giving away your energy in different direction and nothing happens. And it is because you are stuck into this. There's a lot of elements here involved. One is that some things are imaginary, so they're not really happening to you as you believe them to be happening, okay? And this is because I think that we're fluctuating between the 3D and 5D, and if you're an empath, you feel it even more. So it can be like you're kind of almost losing your mind. And because you're here and you want more excitement. And it's this pushing kind of creates this emotional hindrance. You're hindering yourself, you're blocking your own emotion. And that's why I'm saying, if you go out in the forest, like disconnect a little bit from family or that surrounding that you're in, and just stay in your energy, that this will give you a realization of, okay, I feel like this is more imagination and this feels more real. Like, you will discern so much more better if you can stay in your energy, because I feel like this energy around you is kind of, it's being a little bit too much, because they're pulling from every direction at you here, pile number one. So for this weekend, you really have to have a little, just go for a hike, or just remove yourself from there, or go and visit a new place. That's the energy that I feel that will help you the most, because again, like Nutmeg, you already have everything. You have every ingredients within you, and you can create both in the 3D and in the 5D, but they have to kind of emerge, because 3D is very dense, so it takes time to pull things down. When you have to go and buy something, you have to take the bus, and you have to go there. Like, it takes time. In 5D, you can sit in the meditation and you can create, you can draw it to yourself. So the same way here is, sometimes we can't control our outside environment, but we can control what happens inside of us. So that's why you need to stand here, because otherwise, pile number one, your energy is going everywhere. Nothing is going to happen. You're going to lose out so much energy that you really can do a lot with, okay? So pile number one, you're not being attacked here. I feel with this 7 of Wands here, 7 is a very special number, okay? It's a very holy number, and you're really protected here from the divine, okay? See, those sticks are under there, they're not above, so you don't have to worry that they can harm you. Many things are imaginary, but again, you have to have a little alone time this weekend. So if there is a lot of gatherings happening, try to distance yourself from that if that happens in the weekend, okay? Because you really need this time alone, like in a waiting place between two dimensions. It's like you're stepping in somewhere and you're eager to do it, but at the same time you're still having the old leaving and still being there kind of energetically. So let this place be a resting, a half point place for you. That's the most simplest way that I can explain this to you, pile number one. But this was certainly interesting energy that you're working with, pile number one. So just bring those energies together to yourself this weekend. And I hope that this message helps you. Bye, everyone. Okay, pile number two. This is your shell. Beautiful pink shell. Your first card is a 9 of Cups. Your second card is 3 of Swords. Okay. So there are questions with the shell. It is saying to you here that questions from the childhood, unconscious, are, I'm reading this from Sweden, so I'm trying to say this in the best way in English to you guys. But pile number two here, it is your lifestyle is being affected really of something that happened in the childhood here. That is what your shell is saying here. And I love this pink opening. So I'm being drawn to that opening of the shell. So something with you need to open something. Let me see what I'm getting more here. Okay, pile number two. I want to use an analogy here because someone needs it. If I can describe it like this, when you were little, even if your family struggled with money or not, I don't feel like you were connected or even caring about this because the universe has always favored you. Look at this pink, innocent, beautiful, vibrant color of the shell. You've always been taken care of, so you haven't put so much effort into, even if you heard it afterwards, we were struggling with money when we were like this, and your perception was not like that. You always felt like, no, I was pretty good. That didn't happen, because the universe always took care of you, no matter what. You were always being taken care of. Okay, so this is what I feel energetically for you in pile number two. But what happens in your childhood here, because you're getting all of this, but it creates some kind of sadness. This is what I'm picking up for you, pile number two, because the 3 of Swords, it's a lot of sadness, disappointment, pain, like something when you were little really hurt your heart. I feel drawn to say that you need to work with, this weekend, you really need to have this, connect to your inner child, work with your inner child, because there's a wound there that is from the past. So this originated already since you were little. You perhaps saw something that was very sad, or because this is unconscious, so this is not something that we're conscious of. Oh, I see the sad, and it's like a 3D reality, something happens, an event. I feel like it's more settled than that. It wasn't and now see the garbage car is here. So really take out the trash. This is what this is representing to you. You need to take out the trash. All of this that is accumulated there in your subconscious needs to be pulled out and thrown out. You don't need it. I love this representation. I don't know if you're picking it up in the sound, but this is what it's saying to you, pile number two here. You need to work with your inner child here, because there's a wound there that is causing you to, in your present, this is causing you on this weekend that even if you have something that's beautiful happening, you kind of feel guilty. And it's because the universe always took care of you. See, you always was favorable from the universe. But I feel like there's this guilt trip that's happening, and it's subconsciously. So it happens, to give you an analogy, that a person is jealous of you. Why do you always get away with things, and why is it? And then you feel guilty about that. If we would just put it in a movie to see it like that, and they will attack you in that way, and you will feel like, I don't know why that is happening, and then you feel bad about the gifts. You shouldn't feel bad, because all of this wounding and why this person is even jealous and coming at you like that, it's because of this wounding. They're just representing this energy that needs to be seen. And this is the best way for you to actually detect it and to see it, because here it is affecting your future. So on the weekend, you probably will get some beautiful messages and positive feedback, but something will happen that you will block it. Or in the opposite, because we are dealing with polarities here also, and this is pile number 2, so I'm connecting with number 2 very strongly here to tell you that be careful about the polarities, because it could same way be someone coming in and feeling that you're spoiled and why did you get away with it, but you didn't get away with it. You're favored from the universe. This is gifts from the universe. This is nothing that has to do with anyone else. Everyone else has different walks in their lives and lessons, okay? So you're supposed to feel happy that you have this, but because of this childhood wounding here, it is causing you to feel bad about these gifts that you are receiving here. Don't do that, okay? Because your heart needs healing. That little you needs that healing right now, because you've been going through difficulties constantly in your future life because of all of this past that has happened when you were little. So pile number 2, this weekend, try to work with your inner child. Do something that's playful. Go back to when you were little, something that you love to do, something that brought you joy, because love can heal us fastest, okay? That's the fastest way to heal, is when we are love. So try to be love and try to be compassionate with yourself. Or look at your external situation this weekend, the people that you will meet, just try to see that energy. What is it mirroring back to you? So you can kind of get clues, because if it's subconscious, it can be hard to find it yourself because you weren't aware of it. And all of us perhaps don't have the resources to go to a psychologist or to do different kind of things like that. Perhaps we are having difficulties now. So if you can't do that, at least rely on what is mirroring back to you, okay? Because you are being taken care of from the universe, so they will truly help you to see things clearly. They're giving you the clues and they're pushing you and taking care of you here, okay? So that is your message, pile number 2. I hope it helped. Bye. If you picked shell number 3, then this is your shell. It's so round. And your first card is the Hierophant. Your second card is Ace of Pentacles. Wow. Okay. Definitely new beginnings here for you, pile number 3. You are transitioning to a new beginning. Your shell is saying here, you're really focusing on effectivity, and you don't like when things are being wasted. Kind of, you care, I feel like some of you care about the environment here in pile number 3, or you're very connected to it. But mostly what I feel here with the Hierophant, I'm being drawn to the owl here. The owl is, you have ancient wisdom with you, okay? You have something that is going to start. I feel teachings are coming to you from your higher self, because the owl is representing otherworldly energies. I feel like interdimensional beings are connected with you. They want to give you some knowledge. They're giving you hints into what you're supposed to see and read. They're all connecting with you because you need to learn something here. Because you're a hard worker with the number 4 here, the first thing that comes through is that you are a diligent hard worker. That's why you don't like when things are wasted, like wasted time, wasted. You're very, I feel a very respectable person. You all in pile number 3 are very respectable. Your energy is very strong and respectable because you have this, this beautiful mentality. For some of you here, it's very strange. I'm picking it up. If you're working in conventional cooperations or stuff like that, I feel like all of them are kind of the same, and you're coming in different, even though that it is off-putting to them. I don't know if off-putting is the right word to use here, but it kind of, their energy is resisting it. At the same time, they would never want you to leave, because there is something with you and the energy and the frequency that you hold that uplifts that whole working environment. You're very, very powerful. You have a lot of power in you. I mean, you have this wiseness from the owl, and with this Ace of Pentacles, there is definitely a new beginning. Something new is starting for you. uh, Again, here, very favorable. And because the universe sees that you can uplift so many people, the universe is gifting you this gift. Okay, there is some, I don't know if your teachings are going to be heard by others, or if you are going to create something or help people or direct them in the right way for them to develop their own gifts. But here with the owl, you're going to get, this weekend, you're going to get some clarity, because I feel like it's a standstill. You don't know where you're kind of going here. And because you are this hardworking and you don't like when things are being wasted, and this is a difficult, I'm feeling for you, pile number 3, you find this stop to be very difficult. But Spirit is saying here to you that this is divine timing. Okay, this stop needs to be. And of course, when we are in the stop and we can't see in our external environment anything being manifested, it kind of brings out this stress because we can't see it. But Spirit is saying that it is meant to be like this. You are getting a gift from the divine that will help you to move forward. Some of you are going to get an actually new position and a greater job. This is what some of you are going to get, because with the Hierophant, I feel like it has to do with studies and work. And because we have number 4, it's connected with working hard. I definitely feel for some of you this weekend, I don't know if other bosses are discussing you or you're being discussed somewhere, but definitely you are being put in a higher position. This is very beautiful. At the same time, you're going through these teachings that you are getting your downloads here that will help you with this Ace of Pentacles here, that you will start in your new endeavors. So this is beautiful. You're very spiritual. You're very wise. You are very much so an old soul here. But again, when we are in this dark place of in between and we don't see in our external reality something yet, always know that between the 3D reality and the 5D, it's very different. In 5D, you already have this. This is already confirming to you. On this weekend, you will feel the energy that you already have it. So embody it, okay? That is your advice for this weekend. But otherwise, in the 3D, don't expect it to happen like on the weekend you're going to get that email. Just know that it's happening energetically, and then in the 3D reality, it takes time. It's very slow moving. Okay, so just have that with you as you go through this weekend. And please come back to comment what happened here. This would be very interesting. So thank you, pile number 3. I hope that message helped you, and thank you all of you that are tuning in here watching. Thank you for all your likes, share, and subscribe. Dimensions of Love is all about love, loving each other, opening up more dimensions to ourselves, and connecting with the world, and understanding that we are all one. So thank you for tuning in for these messages, and I hope to see you next week here. Have a wonderful day. Sending love your way, everyone. Bye.